Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard D. Myles. I want to say good morning. I want to say that everybody, happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving, and I know everybody out there, please keep their social distance because believe me, this COVID-19 is real, and I don't want nobody else to come to this death from this virus. I know everybody excited. The holidays getting in here. Everybody traveling. Although they say not to travel, I am not going to travel, do anything other than what I'm supposed to do. Also, I had my dance team director on, Lisa. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
All right, man. We're doing the special edition of Inside the MFL. Generally, we do it on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 to 6. But because of the holiday coming in, we want to be very mindful of people's time, and we understand that we're very aware of the holiday coming up. So we thought we'd do this special edition of get the show on early this morning. And we always can depend on our MFL staff to come in. At least we're so grateful and happy to help us out this morning. Lisa, I've been seeing all the great things that you've been posting and everything. Tell me this dance team, because a lot of people calling us, Lisa. So you're doing a great job as usual. But, tell me what's going on with the dance team.
Oh, so super excited. We're getting a lot of feedback from all the posts and flyers that everyone's been putting out. We have a lot of girls who are interested in participating. So super excited for the upcoming 2021 season for the MFL and the MFL dance team. We're still waiting for the green light to start putting out some audition dates, but please, I hope everyone continues to reach out to us. Send us your email so that once we have those dates set, we can shoot you an email and say, hey, we're going to be in your area at this time. So yeah, super excited and cannot wait. We've been waiting a long time for this. I'm hoping that things start to open up really soon for us. And, I know that you, Dr. Myles, and all the GMs have been working so hard in preparing for this upcoming season. We have a great team at the MFL. Everyone's working together to bring a great experience for this upcoming season. I think it's long overdue. People are going to be ready and excited once we get open and running. So I can't wait.
Absolutely. And also, this is the first time in 25 years that the MFL league did not go. But because of this COVID-19, I like to be very mindful of people's health, And
absolutely.
Players been calling me, and they said, Dr. Myles, when we get started, I say, soon as we know that it's safe to go out there, because we don't want to put nobody in harm's way. And some people say, one person, one is too much for us. Even one would be too many for us to overcome. So I'm excited about the things you're doing, and especially you. I don't think we give you enough kudos, although over the GM, we do. But we just want people to know that the great job you're doing. And I understand that a lot goes into this. Being at this for 27 years, I understand, because, it was my brainchild, something that I put together 27 years ago. People said that it wouldn't go, but we proved them wrong again. But more importantly, Lisa, it's just the overwhelming response we got since having you aboard, in terms of now we don't have to, meaning the league, myself, have to do everything in terms of this. That's your expertise. That's what you know. And I don't micromanage, as you know. I let you go in and run with it, because who know better than someone that been there and did that before. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, as long as you have other sharp knives around you. I use that content instead of football terminology, and that's what we have here. We want someone sharp, and I'll often say, with my organization, although everybody want to give me the credit, Lisa, I tell people all the time, if you're the smartest person in your organization, then you have a problem. You know what I mean? So I know that everybody I get work in the MFL, all of you guys are bright, like-minded individuals, and I'm just delighted to have you aboard with the Minor Football League.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being a part of this great organization. And, obviously, Dr. Myles, it's under your leadership, and you do play a big role as far as making sure that you select the right people and the right team to run the organization. So it's really, I feel honored to be appointed in this position. I, bring my experience, my years of training, my years of business ownership. So I have clear understanding of how to run this portion of it. Ask me about to run a football game. I have no idea. I wouldn't even try to go there. But as far as bringing entertainment for our fans of the MFL, I'm super excited. We're going to have a great year.
Absolutely. And like I say, you don't give yourself enough credit, because I understand it difficult. I myself, when I used to put my dance team together, I understand that we look for people with integrity and commitment. And, of course, you want attractive women, but you also want people with good band backgrounds, you know what I mean? And certain different routines that, only you would know, they keeping everything professional, but that's not enough with the MFL. So that's why we go out there, and I go out and get people such as yourself to make sure the team is the way it should be in terms of the look, the fit, and these things. But I mean, are you ready? I mean, I always tell people God's in charge, which He is, with this pandemic. It will things will taper out, but right now, we just want to go with the roll with the punches right now. But I'm not rushing anything. When it happens, it happens. But I know you have a lot of traveling to do, so I'm excited about the fact that you have all this traveling to do, and you just take it on like a soldier. You're so used to traveling with your business, where you go all across the country and stuff. So it's not something that you're not used to. Exactly. Can you tell us about that in terms of, preparing for this?
Yeah, so, I thank you again, and I am very humbled. Even when I had my business, it was I never put myself in the spotlight. I always made it about the people that I'm working with my students. And now it's about the dancers that are coming out to dance for the MFL, because I want to put them into the spotlight. And that's basically what I also do with my company, offering events for individuals to come out and just showcase their greatness, their uniqueness. And this is what the MFL is doing. I think that's why we have such a great working relationship, because we share the same morals and we both kind of have the same mission in mind, giving these people opportunities to come out, especially now after this pandemic. When you think about it, when you're an athlete or a performer in the performing arts, each year, each month, each moment is so important to your development. And also, you have limited time. It's not like if you're a CEO of a company, you can keep going on forever and ever, so athletes and performers, they have a limited amount of time. And when you think about it, they basically lost a year. So I think it's great that we are offering this for these people, because once things open up, there's not going to be enough room for everyone. It's not like it's going to flourish and everyone's going to be able to participate. So at least we're giving these opportunities for people to stay in the game, stay up on their performance, and continue to develop their goals.
And I'm glad you touched on that, because sometimes we tend to think we have time to do a lot of things. And I tell people all the time, that's so funny, because I tell people, time is something that no one possesses, but they're constantly giving it. How can you give something you don't possess? And that's time. So, and I'm glad you said that, because you have to, and I tell athletes all the time, you don't have a lot of time. You have that window. And I tell most athletes, especially coming out of college, you have a window of 5 years. That's it. 5 years. Because 5 years, it'll take you 5 years to have an understanding to why the MFL is a developmental league, to develop fast enough for you to go to the next level. That's what you choose to do. But 5 years is it. That way you don't have to sit on the couch and say, if I should have, would have. You get an opportunity to, okay, let's show what you can do right now. And if it manifests itself in terms of where you want to be, your measuring stick, then that's all well and good. But if not, then you can say, I did try. I had that opportunity where I can't be mad at myself and look back 10 years later and say I didn't do that, because I had a chance to play in the minor football league, and I did everything I could to put myself where I need to be. Okay, now the minor football league will do the rest. We give you the platform, we give you the skills that you need to play in terms of technique and stuff. And I mean, you still have to. People still have to decide on whether they want to sign you or not. I'm talking about the other league or the CFL, but at least you have an opportunity to show them what you can do, as opposed to sitting on the couch talking about when I'm gonna go, or next year I'm gonna wait. No, you have an opportunity now. Now you will feel that that niche that you've been missing. That now you can feel that niche. So because you did it, you had an opportunity to do it, and ma'am, it's a lot better for yourself, because deep down inside, I did it. Okay, I didn't do it where I was good enough for one of the other two leagues to pick me up, but I played self-fulfillment. And as you know, Lisa, that's more important than a lot of times people don't understand, because you had that self-fulfillment. I did it, as opposed to I didn't get an opportunity. The MFL provides an opportunity you don't find outside of college or professional football. And that's what makes us so unique. And we got so many players calling, but even what you said, I touched on what you said, well, only the best will make these franchise. Of course, we're 32 franchise, 16 of them here, and we're going to sign the best 60-man roster we can. It's not that because I'm coming out there and play. No, you have to be good, because we're trying to help you with your potential to get to the next level where you're trying to go. And that's our job, and we'll do a great job at that. So, and I'm very confident in what you're doing and our GMs. I'm excited about a GM we had. We signed a head coach up there in Texas. The Steelers, I'm excited about them. I mean, Jim, his background is unreal. I mean, all the schools, the Division I schools that he coached at. So this is, like I say, this is a teaching and helping with technique. That's just like with coaches. We giving coaches an opportunity. We sign a lot of young coaches, head coaches now, not position coaches, but head coaches. And we want them to get an opportunity. We want to bring everybody, former athletes, from the field to the front office. That's what we want to do. We like to have former players, but we're not going to waste time. If they don't want to come, then we're going to take them young college players that play with very successful college players and want a shot at being a head coach. And that's what the MFL providing, an opportunity. And also with a GM role. Also, we have opportunity for ownership. And, we're about economic development. And these are the type of things that people need to understand about the MFL. It's and even with players, it's beyond the field. We want them to understand that if this don't work out for you, maybe you want to get into business in the line of it. As you stated, you want to stay in the game. You want to be on the sideline, or you want to be a part of it. So, and sometimes you fit in as a coach or a GM, you still in the game. Then you taking the knowledge that you had and you passing it on to other young players that might have been more talented than you were at the time, but now you can tutor and mentor them and give them an opportunity to show them what you did wrong, and or you didn't have the skills that they have in terms of speed, agility. You might wasn't that size. So these are the type of things that we want young men to understand, and we want them to understand that that's what the MFL is about, Lisa.
Absolutely. It's so true. And just getting back to it, like you said, it's better to be out there and actually performing, whether you're playing or performing in front of fans. I mean, the MFL, we have some amazing stadiums where these players and these games are going to be held. It's, so there's going to be tons of fans out there. It's really, you have to be in the game. There, you can practice so much, but applying what you've learned really takes skill. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So whether you're an athlete or a performer, you need to be out there. You need to be active as much as possible. And so we are now offering this opportunity. And like you said, once it goes beyond just playing in the field. So, they may participate and play with the MFL or dance for the MFL for several years, as long as their bodies can keep up with it and they can continue doing it. But once that falls away, when you're an athlete forever. It's in your blood. It's something you always want to do. So like you said, it's, the MFL offers that opportunity to transfer what you've done and what you love and apply it into other areas, so they can become a coach, they can become a GM, they can become involved one way or another and transfer their skill and use it. So, and then share what they have learned. And like you said, sharing your experience, passing it on, building, developing it. I know myself as a performer, and a dancer, it's in your blood. So you always want to be doing it. And if you can share it and you can express it through other people and see what you've developed, there's nothing much more greater than that.
Absolutely. And, even with the GMs, and, I have to take my head off to Dr. Pat Freeman, doing a great job up there in Rochester, along with the other GMs that we had. Pat is one of the owners of the Minor Football League, and we are happy to have him. And, he's a very unselfish individual because he helped all the teams. He always constantly calling, and he constantly, glad to have him on the board. We have Dr. Eubanks, a woman. So we want women to know that, we have a seat at the table for you guys. It's not that it's because you belong at the table. Not that we just trying to say for the sake of it, we have women here. You here, Lisa, because you're good at what you do. And we recognize that. Sometimes people tend to not want to recognize certain things, knowing it's the right thing to do. We're going to do the right thing. And we want people to understand that even if you're in broadcasting journalists, come here, intern here with us. If you're in sports management, if that's what you want to do, we're gonna have hundreds and hundreds of players, thousands of players that need your representation, because when they go to that next level, they're gonna need that representation. And in all fields, PR, marketing, these are the types of things that we'll give you a chance to show your creativity here in the Minor Football League. And, people say, well, y'all this, I tell people all the time, the NFL is who they are and we who we are. The CFL is who they are and we who we are. That's why we still here. We're not trying to be something that we're not. We are own. We have our own originality about us in every aspect. You look at us, we similar but different. And I mean, football is football, but it's the leagues that separate you and who you are. You know what I mean? Your NFL, great job. They've been around a long time. So, and that you measure a league to me by how long they've been around. And we've been around a long time. That's where you take your measuring stick, because we here and we've been here for a long time, and we will continue because we're doing what need to be done in terms of economic development, jobs. We bring affordable entertainment there. You know what I mean? So these are some of the type of things the MFL doing. We want to be a part of the community, Lisa. That's why we have our players and our dance team members to do 100 hours of community service. We have youth service programs. We have not forgot the youth, because that's very important. So you get them youth and get them involved with our programs, No Thugs, No Drugs, Early Youth Fitness Program, Conflict Resolution. These are programs that we implement in the community, and we've been doing it for years. And we always talk about that. A lot of people talk about what the different leagues are doing, but I mean, we have the documentation to prove this stuff that we've been doing for years. Not that we want to pat on the back, it's because we generally care and we're about the community. And, I tell people all the time, people's opinion of you don't have to be your reality. Because I can tell you, I was one of those so-called at-risk youth when I was coming up. I was just like anybody, most young men, trying to find themselves as a young boy. These are the growing pains. But, and you have a lot of individuals that, come out of college and they dream of going to the NFL. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. The only problem with that is you have to wake up eventually. You're going to have to wake up. And then the reality will hit you in the face, and you have to, now what? Even if you're a great athlete and you play and you get hurt, now what? So, I used to always stress with people, you're a student athlete. You're not just an athlete. And a lot of people separate that. And you got to understand, you are a student athlete. As I'm more likely, that's how you got there, because I can tell you, I guarantee you, most of them, the majority of them, is not paying for school, their parents, because they couldn't afford it. Now, not, throwing shade on some people probably could, but that's your way of getting. But we don't want people to emphasize football so much, Lisa, that they can forget. That's just what you always say, African Americans, they're great at playing football. That's what we choose to do. But we have great doctors. The medical field is great. You have a lot of billionaire African Americans because they went another way. So, don't just stress and say all Black African American, all they do is dribble a basketball or tackle football. No, that's not true, because we have some very smart individuals in different fields, in corporate America selling and doing really well. And that's what we have, that component here with the MFL. It's not just football that we're trying to bring into different communities. We bring in a way of life. That's why we say the MFL is the laboratory of change. That's what it is, the laboratory of change, as you know, Lisa. And we stress that a lot.
Yeah, and I think those are great points that you bring up, and I'm glad that you mention it because, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of the GMs, I don't think people realize, like our GM, Dr. Pat Freeman, up in Rochester, New York, with the Rochester Chargers, he has an all-female board. And I just want to keep reminding people that the MFL, it's not just about football. It's about encouraging everyone to come out and to give them an opportunity to better themselves, to move themselves up into a position where they can apply that, whether they stay with the MFL or if they choose to move on. So it's something that's great. You're coming out of college and they look for these things on your resume. So you can say that you worked with the MFL, you were on the board of members, or that you worked in public relations or media behind the scenes. These are all things that you can apply, especially for the dancers as well. Many of them go and try out for other leagues, and if they don't make it, but if they have showing on their resume, I danced with the MFL, people are going to say, oh, what's this? So you definitely are bringing some change to the world. It's not just about the football, it goes beyond it, reaching out to communities, bringing affordable entertainment to communities so that everyone can participate and have that experience. Not everyone can afford to go and see a football game, you know. So we are bringing these opportunities to other areas, to your community, getting involved. And like you said, you know, you don't put it out there enough, but the MFL does a lot of work behind the scenes, working within the community. And all the GMs, all the players, all the dancers are expected to do the same. You know, that's something that we all value, is giving back, sharing and appreciating what we were given. So, you know, it's really going to make and change the world, gives our youth something to aspire to, and it encourages them to stay straight, not to get involved in drugs, not to get off the track, not to get discouraged. So that's really important.
Absolutely. And to piggyback on what you said about the ladies, the young ladies, we had a lot of young ladies come out the MFL to go to the next league. You know, even though the Ravens, the Redskins, and the Wizards, we were fortunate enough to have young ladies to make those teams because they know where they came from in terms of their skill set. And I'm happy about that. And as you stated earlier about, we have an opportunity for these young people to come here and sharpen their skill set, because when they come out of college, they don't know exactly what they do, because what they want to do, because more than likely the degree they have, they're not going to get a job in that field. I mean, you're not the one to have that degree for that particular field. So what happens? They have to end up taking a lower job because you still have to pay the bills. But here with the MFL, you get an opportunity to come here and master your skills. You know, like I say, whether it be in the front office. Now, we're not even talking about the field, but even young men that are interested in sports management, you know, marketing, PR, you know, as you say, public relations, those opportunities are here. Why sit back and wait because you didn't get an opportunity somewhere else? When we have open arms to you. You know, come here. You have an opportunity to come in the MFL. It's not just about football. And I'm glad you mentioned that and said that even with the young ladies. I mean, I know that they want to go to that next level, but you're going to get that same opportunities here. And more than likely, it's going to be a little easier for you here because we have more opportunities than the other league had. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Lisa, we don't have any, you know, we don't have favors here. Well, you know, Lisa going to make sure that all the teams have the best people on there and give these people an opportunity. So that's an opportunity. Now, we have 16 franchises here. And what is it, I think, Lisa, if I'm not right, I don't know if this is 30 girls or whatever. That's a lot of girls per team. And then also we have, we're going to Africa, but why I'm talking more so about here, because of what we're doing here right now, because of the COVID-19, we have not an opportunity to do a lot of things in Africa, which we're going to do. We still have our fingers on the pulse right there over there in terms of us coming. They're excited about it. But these young ladies have to understand that they get an opportunity. They're going to perform. The other league perform on Sundays. We perform on Saturday nights. The same thing, giving you an opportunity to do all the things. So it's a matter of preparing you. If I might overstep my bounds a little bit because you were going in a little more, it prepares you for that next level because everything they're doing, you're going to be taught here.
Right, absolutely. And also going back to what you said, it's also our league is it still allows them that opportunity. So if they're auditioning and they don't get cast during this season, this is a great time to continue to hone your skill. So even as you mentioned, you know, college is wonderful, you learn a lot, but you leave with big bills And when you don't land that job that you want, you pick up a job that you have to take. It's not necessarily something that you love. And if you love sports and want to get involved, this is something else that you can do that will feed that desire, that burning passion that you have within yourself. You know, college is great, but it unfortunately doesn't set you up for after. So what comes next? And I think that's where we fail a lot of our youth right now, is preparing them for what you do next, you know? And so here again, if they are working another job, this still gives them an opportunity to be involved. You're not consumed. It's a small portion when you think about it in the fraction of time. It's a small amount of time, but yet you're still fulfilling some of your dreams, your passions, and you're giving back in a great way.
Absolutely. And as you stated earlier, it takes that a little small amount of time that you generally, I would call dead time anyway. You'll be sitting and wonder what you're going to do. What should you go out tonight, or should you do this? When now you're a part of a great organization and you're giving back, you know, then people in your community look at you in a whole different light now, because they know you're part of something great. And I tell people all the time, that's why the MFL is called the laboratory of change, you know. And that's, if you look at what we're doing, we are the laboratory of change. It gives you an opportunity. Now you don't have to sit back and wonder, what am I going to do? You know, what, man, I'm going to try this. When you have, you're making a difference in your community, even with the program, working with our outreach program, it gives you an opportunity to work in the community and be a part of something that's big, something great, something where people saying, wow, you know, the MFL is here, the MFL is there. As you know, we was out, you know, packing. We'll be doing it today, filling baskets up for families in the community, needy families. So we're doing something. We're never just sitting idle, if you know about the MFL. And I try to tell my board members and people such as yourself, be careful. But even I, you know, excuse me, I'm at the age that I'm in that risk category, but that doesn't stop me from doing things that need to be done in terms of helping community. And that's what we're about. We're about community. We're about community. You will not just see us game time or on TV or on social media. You will see us in person there. You know, right. You see us there because we are trying to make a difference in the community. And we want people to understand that you can reach out and touch us. You know, you can call us, you know, the MFL number is 240-551-8031. We're on all the social media platforms. Our website is mflishere.com. So we encourage people that if you're not sure about what you want to do, you want to make a difference, but you're not sure, give us a call. We have people to talk with you and see if this is what this might be an answer to what you're trying to do or thinking about doing. So like I say, we're excited about the MFL, and not just us, it's other people. I mean, if people can read our emails and see all the different text content that we have, that people are really excited about it. Even the players, we're trying to hold them down because they want to know when.
Everyone's asking, yeah.
When and where are we going? Oh, yeah, okay, well, you know, okay, well, we ready to go. You know, tell people, you know, when it's time, you know. So right now, I just think everybody should sit back and enjoy them families and stuff, and be very mindful of the social distancing. Please, this is serious. Hopefully, we'll get a vaccine for it. But right now, we just got to be careful and do the thing that we need to do, because if we, you know, we wouldn't be in this position if people did some of the things that they were supposed to do. I don't know. I know you up in New York, down here in Washington, that the mayor want to, you know, close down stuff a little bit because they want to make sure that people do the things that they're supposed to do. And I know they're saying in Maryland and all the different states it's going to shut down a little bit. And I know you up there, Lisa, you have to be very, very careful up there in your state of New York.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I know we are all tired of this. Everyone is itching to go. I know players are always asking, dancers are always wondering, well, when are we starting, you know? And but we are still very much faced with a challenge right now. And like you mentioned before, we take that responsibility. We wouldn't want to see not one person get sick because we felt like we needed to get together and have a combine or a dance audition right now. You know, we truly put people first. And that starts with their well-being. You know, everyone is home. People are suffering right now. Many people are suffering right now. And I think just really reaching out, making sure that you get in touch and you help someone in need, whether it's a family member or a stranger. Just do a kind act for someone, because right now you can see someone smiling, but they can be really suffering inside with what's going on. You have people at home who are, you know, scratching their heads, trying to reinvent and think, gee, what am I going to do? You know, when I come out of this, will I need to look for a new job? Many people are out of work. So, you know, get involved and surround yourself with positive people, surround yourself with people who are there to help lift you up and, you know, support you. And this way you don't fall into a rut. I just really hope that, you know, we can all get back to doing what we do best, and that is coming together as a nation when we are in times of crisis. And that's so true. You know, do the right thing, wear your masks. It's not that big of a deal, but you're helping and you're contributing one way or another.
Absolutely. And I tell people all the time, you know, the norm is gone. You know, and people, they say we can't wait to get back to norm. The norm is gone. This is the new norm. You know, listen, and I think they need to understand that this is the new norm and the way things were. And then again, on the real side, I don't think we want to go back to where it used to be. You know what I mean? I mean, with progression, you want to move ahead. You
Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely. You know, I think this has been a year to reflect, take the time to sit quietly, and don't necessarily look at this time as something negative in your life, but it's an opportunity to actually grow and change and push yourself to do what it is that you've been driving. I mean, everyone, I'm sure, who may be working and doing their job 9 to 5 or whatever hour it is, you know, day in, day out. But at the end of the day, there may be something within you that is nudging you, or in the back of your mind, of something that you want to do. And really, you know, we're given now this opportunity of time. I mean, how many times have we all said, oh, if I only had the time? Well, now we've been given a lot of time. So I think people should really use it wisely. Try to move forward. Don't look back. Just keep going, keep moving forward. And, you know, if you need something, and that's why the MFL is so great, because it gives you, when you're involved with an organization or an activity, everything else falls away. When you're doing what you love, when you're out performing, everything around you falls away. All your worries, all your fears, everything. You're just engaged in that moment. So, you know, and those are little breaks that we need right now in life, where you can free yourself from your worries, from your stress. So, you know, definitely get involved in something that you love to do.
Absolutely. And as you stated, you know, we always say idle mind is the devil workshop. So if you are sitting around not doing nothing, then the only thing comes to your mind is something that really not going to do you no good anyway, as opposed to doing something that's going to enhance what you're doing. Life is like, you know, people have to understand that, you know, we have an opportunity here. This is that it tells you that the MFL is the laboratory of change, and they don't understand what that means. If you do understand what it means, you want to get involved with us and what we're doing. Even for the players and the young ladies for the dance team, we play at a time when nothing else going on, and you'll be more ready for the other leagues playing with us than they would be, because where the other players were sitting waiting to go into camp, you would already have a whole season underneath your belt. So you would be more, you'll be 3 or 4 steps ahead of everybody else. So these are some of the type of things, like young ladies, like you, as you stated earlier, practice is one thing, but actually doing it is another thing. So being a part here, you've been doing more than just practicing. You've been had an opportunity to perform in front of people and doing the things, the same exact thing that they do in other leagues. You're doing community, you're out there in the public, you're talking. So these are the types of things that the MFL provides outside of college or professional football, that invaluable to people, you know, invaluable in terms of what you want to do in the sports arena. I mean, you know, it's just not being on the field. As we always say, it's beyond the field for players, and for former players, it gives the opportunity to bring them from the field to the front office. And for marketing and PR and all these other positions, I mean, they really be available for them. All they have to do is give us a call, and, you know, we're excited about what we're doing. And it's just like Africa, you know, we're excited about going there. They are excited. You look at some of the players that on these NFL rosters, look at their names, their last names, you know, it'll tell you something. Now it gives them an opportunity to stay home. A lot of them would love to come to this country, and there's no doubt about it. But there's a lot of them, if they could stay home and play and be a part of something like this, then that's even, I mean, that speaks kudos for them in the league, because now they get a chance to stay home. That's just like here in America. Most of these guys go away to play college ball, and they was hometown heroes and stuff. When they do not make that over league, they come back home and people look at them in a different way, which they should not do, you know. But, you know, because that don't make you a failure because you didn't make that over league that got thousands and thousands of people coming out for that same spot that you're coming out for. But think about this. Imagine being at home where you grew up at. You was a football star. Now you have an MFL franchise there, and you're playing there. Then your people get an opportunity to see you. Might not have the money or they go where you was playing at in colleges to go there and watch you play. Now they get an opportunity to be right there with you. They get an opportunity to really support you. You know, they have that sense of, you know, pride and commitment. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, you know, my son, he playing in the MFL now, you know, or that's my nephew, so-and-so. Oh, my niece on the dance team with the MFL, you know, they out there at the Rochester Chargers, or she out there at the Texas Steelers, or, you know, they down with the North Carolina Oilers or the South Carolina, you know, Tennessee. I mean, imagine that you get to stay in your neighborhood, or more, should I rephrase that? Stay in your community where you're really relevant.
Right, right. And with the MFL, there are so many leagues that are spread out the states. I think it offers so many people opportunities. Like you mentioned, there are tons of talented athletes, talented performers, and unfortunately not everyone gets to put that out there and put it and perform and play. So this gives them that opportunity. I mean, for our dancers, we're looking for 30 dancers, whether you're a dancer or a model who can move, to come out. We have 16 teams just here in the US, and we're looking for 30 dancers. I mean, I know easily that we're going to have a ton of women coming out to audition, because I do know as a performer, you know, when we have casting calls, hundreds of girls show up and maybe 5 slots are open and you don't realize that. So here we're giving everyone, we're looking for 30 for each team. Again, it's during like a season where it's a short amount of time, so you can come out and you can keep yourself active, practice what you've been studying, and put it to work, whether you're a player or one of the dancers. So you can actually get involved and do that. I am really excited about Africa because I I would love to see how the dance team will transition, because I'm sure it will be different than here in the States. And I think that's one.
Work cut out for you.
I can't wait. That's super excited about that. So looking forward to that. And also, like you said, those players don't have to feel like they have to leave their home country and just to go and try to achieve their dreams. We're bringing it there to them. So that I give you kudos, Dr. Myles, for making that huge. You are building a bridge and you're filling a gap that is well needed. And you had that vision and you're actually making it happen. So I think it's phenomenal.
Absolutely. And like I say, it's something that's overdue. Africa is the last frontier, as you know. And we want people to understand that, I said here, and I hope it resonates all around the country, even with the HBCU. We see you, we hear you, we feel you. We want you to come here. We here. And as you stated a little earlier, imagine you are playing. That's what that's what the feasibility study was. You have franchises in different states. So now you're not playing against John and them 4 miles away. You're playing against the best in the Nova State. See, that what makes this so unique. And then you're talking about the first World Bowl ever, because now you're talking about playing the champion in Africa will play the champion here in America. Can you imagine that? Think about that. And as you were talking about earlier about the dance team, 30 dance team members per team. And also, I know you have you will also have that the squad, what they call the ambassadors, where they go out and
Yes. So we are going to have those dancers because we want to give the MFL fans the full experience. So we're going to have girls who will be out greeting and taking photos with the fans pre-game, while others who are performing that day are getting ready for the show. And everyone's going to have an opportunity to be out there, ambassadorships, going out and making special appearances, just really getting involved with the local community, letting them know that the NFL is more than just a league of football. It's about giving back and participating and just giving great experiences for our youth and the people in the community overall.
Absolutely. And we want to work with different groups in the community. We want to help them raise money with the MFL, because like I say, we are definitely the laboratory of change. And like I say, we're not the NFL. They who they are and we who we are. We're not trying to be something that we're not. We don't ask for any subsidized anything when we come into these states. We pay our way as we go. You know what I mean? We don't want anything special. Only thing we want to do is enhance what you're doing in the community. That's what we want to do. We want to be a part of the community. We want to do things that make people feel like, hey, we're part of this. You know what I mean? We don't want you, of course, we want you wearing our apparel and stuff, because now we want you to feel for the first time that you belong. We have that camaraderie with the community and stuff, and not beating up on the other league and stuff. That's not something they'll do. Our players there, they're not paid to be there. Because it's a part of what the MFL is doing. We do outreach education and outreach education, and these are the things that we do. These things that we do, right. And we understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, there's nothing greater than being able to provide a community who cannot ever have dreamt of being a part or experiencing something like this. You with the MFL giving a reason, people who don't make their league or don't make pro leagues, they can't say, oh, I wasn't good enough, because here's an opportunity for people to get involved and try to do what they love. So you can't say, oh, there were no other opportunities out there. Here is opportunity, and whether you're a player, dancer, media, come out and get involved and just experience the MFL, you know?
Absolutely. Outreach, education, and prevention. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key to us being involved in the community and doing things that we need to do to make people understand, to get them to understand. Let me rephrase that, not to make anybody do anything, but we want you to experience the MFL. We tell people all the time, we want you to just come and experience what the MFL is doing. It doesn't cost you anything. You'll really be impressed with all the things we're doing. And like I say, we want to be a part of the community. Look at where the franchises are. And you tell me that we're not going to make a big impact. We already have made big impact on up. We're excited about being up in Philly. We got the Saints up there. In New Jersey, we got the Raiders. We excited about what we're doing. In Maryland, we have the coach. We have a bright young GM and head coach there from the community, and that's the difference maker right there. The fact that these are people in the community that you watch grow up, you watch go away to school, you watch these people come be very successful, but instead of keep going, they know how they came back. You know what I mean? These are the types of things we want them to understand. These individuals came back and said, okay, we want to make a difference. This is what we're doing in the community. We understand that a lot of you guys, you have to understand, you're not going to the other league. That's the realization of it. But stop yourself and don't get that that look on your face, oh, I ain't made it. And then your friends look at you like you did. Don't worry about that. Remember, you made the NFL what it is. You did. You made the NBA what it is. And I don't think they understand that, and
I agree. Yeah.
You made these leagues. If you stop going or stop watching, what do you think will happen to these leagues? You look at these leagues, what is it? 75% African Americans in it. Look, you made these leagues.
Right.
You cannot buy a franchise in those leagues. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said it's funny because a lot of people want to know, what you did, who are you, and, show me this. If you really want to know, and what I always said is, to know me is to see what I've produced, to see what I've built, to see what I've done. And that's what the MFL is too. If you want to really know what the MFL is, you need to come out and experience the MFL. These people who are involved in the MFL are phenomenal athletes and performers. But you're giving this community now an opportunity to actually, we see you become the star. People look up to you. You become a role model, but you're actually available. You're there. You're present within the community. It's not a distance. It's not unreachable. So here you have the people in the community looking up to you, and yet you're there in front of them. You're there for them to reach, which, we don't get to really reach our stars. So I think, people need to try to think and understand that.
Absolutely. There's no disconnect here.
Right.
And I'm glad you said that, because when people ask, we always say, documentation be conversation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We don't, we are, Google us. Go look at who we are. We don't have to say this and that. We don't talk about what we're going to do. This is what we already have done.
But that alone is not enough. You really want to get involved, come see us, reach out, and see for yourself. Reading, you can read everything and it's all documented, but really experiencing and being present, that's really what brings reality, if you ask me,
Absolutely. And giving them an opportunity to experience what we're doing, And you're right, Lisa, that's very important. We want you just to experience the MFL. It don't cost you nothing. Come and experience. We have been getting people to call and say, what can we do to be a part of this?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And for the people who are coming out, where do you get that kind of entertainment where you could bring your whole family on a Saturday evening to see a football game with amazing athletes, something very exciting for such an affordable cost for a season? You know, I'll let you get into that a little more, but I think it's wonderful, and I can't wait for this season to kick off. I really am excited.
Absolutely. Between you and the GMs, they everybody just ready to go, but they're very mindful and respectful of what's going on with this COVID-19. But you know, it doesn't stop us from being exciting. You know, excited, should I say? Because we are, and I tell people all the time, it'll happen when it's time. You know, I tell people all the time, God's in charge. You know, maybe that's a chaplain coming out of me. You know, but I tell them in a minute. You know, God's in charge, and
Absolutely.
this is going to be history. And what we're doing is history, and we're providing an opportunity that will never come again, not in our lifetime, and maybe 4 or 5 other generation lifetime, because that's what's going on with the MFL. We here, we're not going anywhere. We standing the test of time. We still here. So we just want everybody to get involved with the MFL and understand what we're doing in terms of the laboratory of change. Lisa, you want to tell them how they get in contact with you also?
Yeah, absolutely. So, can be reached at livefitk@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. LiveFitK is for Instagram. Lisa Vientos-Kablis, I'm on Facebook. You can also reach out to the MFL as well, www.mflishere.com, and leave a mention, fill out the dance registration form. My website should be live any day now. Also, I'll have a page on there, livefitk.com. And yeah, just super, super excited. And we can't wait to meet you all. I know been getting so many wonderful notes from girls, and just really excited to get involved. And I always feel like I know them by the time, even when I hold my own events, I feel like by the time the actual day comes, I know so many of them because we communicate so often. So I can't wait to meet everyone. I do have some online events and workshops coming up. So if anyone wants to do a competition or stage prep, I have a workshop that's going to be online, so that you can continue doing, practicing and getting ready for the next season. And with that online workshop, it's a fundraiser, so it's going to help to provide benefit food pantry relief, because so many people right now are struggling and looking to even just put a meal on the table. So that's something I'm really passionate about, and I'm promoting that for the 2021 workshops and stuff.
Absolutely, and a great job, Lisa. And you can also get in contact with the MFL. Our phone number is 240-551-8031. That's 240-551-8031. Our website is mflishere.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're on all those platforms to get an opportunity to experience the MFL, that laboratory of change. And we're excited about the upcoming season. As you know, like I say, I want everybody to enjoy the holiday. We brought this a special edition on this morning because we always want MFL Nation people. We want to always keep people in the loop. It's bridges all the way across with us. And we want everybody to know you can come across that bridge. It's safe. We built a great foundation with the MFL and what y'all trying to accomplish, and we're going to help you. And also, we're reaching out to people. Come experience what we're doing. We're doing a lot of great things. So, Lisa, and for the MFL dance team, also I'm Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr., CEO, founder, and chairman of the Minor Football League. I want to say thank you for joining us this morning. And you have been a part. This has been another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host,
Blessed Thanksgiving to everyone, Dr. Myles.
Thank you, and the same to you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.